Hello everyone, this video will cover Module 3. So in Module 3, we're going to start our first major writing assignment, which will be a paragraph length assignment. So we're going to start with what's called an illustration paragraph. You'll see several assignments repeated throughout the semester. So we'll have things like grammar quizzes that will cover a chapter out of the textbook related to grammar. You'll also see some brainstorm assignments, which are related to each of the major writing assignments. And so we're also going to start doing one of those in this unit. So you'll see several times throughout the semester start to see assignments that feel familiar to you, and that's why it's sort of set up that way. So this module is specifically about learning about the style of writing that we're working on. We're working on illustration, and illustration is where you have a topic and you are providing examples of the topic. And so your first major writing assignment will be a one paragraph assignment that illustrates uses specific examples from a topic sentence that's already generated for you. So I'll show you that here in a minute, but basically you're using the stuff in the textbook to help you out. Now, before you actually get into the paragraph itself, you're going to take a look at the chapter on illustration. So you can see that the chapters are divided into different sections, and the main thing that we're looking at is looking at writing a paragraph length assignment, which is different from writing a full essay. And so let me see if I can find I got a couple chapters that are opened up here. So the readings are going to have you, I think it's chapter 5, look at chapter There we go. Chapter 5, illustration. And this chapter is all about what it means to illustrate something with writing and making things more vivid because you provided some good examples. And there's lots of explanation of what you're doing, but also examples of what you should be doing and that kind of thing. And so you'll go through the chapter and there's an example, which is really nice to look at. And then there's also some topic sentences as I think it might be in a practice. I also have these topic sentences in just a Word document. If you're having trouble navigating through the textbook like I seem to be, there's just a list of the topic sentences that you can choose from, which probably will pull up because my computer's kind of running slow. So the main thing that you're doing though is choosing from the textbook in order to create your paragraph. So you can't just pick anything for your paragraph. You're going to actually pick one of the sentences that's already been created. And so with that sentence that's created, you're going to then plan out what you'll do in your paragraph. So the paragraph itself is fairly short. Most of we have 2 paragraph assignments, and each one is a single paragraph. It's not an essay. So you're not doing a thesis statement. Instead, you're doing a topic sentence. A topic sentence is the very first sentence of the paragraph. And so you can see that you have 14 to choose from. And most students will pick one where they have some like personal experience with it. So they might write about their fellow student or coworker or someone who inspires them the most. If you don't own a home, don't pick number 12. So you want to be picking one, or if you don't have a credit card, don't pick number 13. You want to make sure that you are picking one that you actually have those experiences with. So like college students face a number of pressures. That would be a good one. Most of you are in or taking college classes. But if you are still in high school and you don't feel like you have that kind of experience, then I would not pick this one. So you want to make sure that you're choosing one that you can actually illustrate using your own personal experience, because you're not doing any kind of research for this. You're not going to go out and look at other stuff or other people's experiences. You're only looking at your own experiences. I could have looked here. See, page 84 in the textbook, as I'm searching for it, is the, taking me to a different page. Oh, there we go. Here's the list. So these are just suggested topics that are from the textbook, and there's some additional information in there in that chapter that can help you out. You can change the wording a little bit in the sentence, like some of those sentences had, options for coworker or fellow student, so you could choose which one is going to fit in there, and that's fine but that sentence has to be the first sentence of your introduction or of your paragraph. There's no introduction paragraph. That's the first sentence of your entire paragraph. You have one single paragraph, maximum of 10 sentences, and then each of your examples then will follow underneath that topic sentence and have a transition to help flow through that paragraph. So everything needs to be contained within the paragraph, and then you're going to provide us with some examples. So we're really working on the very specific paragraph level at this point. We're not thinking full essay with this, and you won't write an essay using this topic. So this is the first assignment then related to it. You're not even writing the paragraph yet. You're writing a brainstorm and writing plan. So each of our major writing assignments you will plan out first before you write the draft. And it's really important that you do this. We're not just going to write a paragraph at one time and then leave it. That's not how we do the writing process at the academic level. You have to plan ahead, write, draft, revise, edit, all of those steps. So you want to make sure that you're not writing the paragraph yet, you're just planning it. The first thing you're going to do is set a timer for 10 minutes and do a free write about the topics on page 84. So there were a couple of different ideas. I would just pick like 3-ish of the ones that kind of stuck out to you as the ones you could write about, and then just write about the experiences you've had with those topics. A free write is a free flow of writing. It does not have to make any sense. It does not have to be grammatically correct. It doesn't have to be anything that you would end up using or turning in for anything. It really is just, these are just my thoughts that are coming out of my head at the moment when I look at these sentences. And it does not have to, like, the only person who's looking at it is me, and the only thing I'm looking at is, did you have words on the page that look like you were typing for 10 minutes? So really just a free flow of ideas. I can tell when students do free writes and they didn't actually do a free write. So make sure that you are just, 10 minutes, type. That's what I want. The next thing you're going to do is look kind of back through the free write, and then if that didn't help you very much, you could do an additional free write or you could do some brainstorming. But now you're going to pick the topic for your paragraph. So this part, the writing plan, is what you will use for your paragraph. Now I have an example here, which I'll get to in a minute. But the idea with the writing plan is you're just going to answer the 5 questions. And they should be answered like with detail and explanation, full sentences, that kind of thing. But otherwise, you're not writing out a paragraph at this point. So this example then goes through, this is my what did I do kind of thing. I can't even remember which one I picked, but kind of a free flow writing and then showing you exactly what the writing plan should look like. So if you're having trouble with the formatting of this assignment, you're welcome to just use my example. And sometimes students will download the document, which is not pulling up, of course, but you can see what my example looks like, and then you can answer the questions about. And then this last one, number 5 here, allows you to ask a question that I can answer then when I grade it. So just kind of keep that in mind. The next part of this module is your first grammar quiz, and this is a simple sentence grammar quiz. So this is like the beginning. There's a bunch of chapters about the just different things to consider when you are trying to improve your writing. And so they're toward the end of the book, and there's just a whole section on grammar. And so you're going to do the simple sentence section and take the quiz. So the quiz will just pull from a pool of questions, and it's one of those you can take multiple times, and the questions are multiple choice. They ask you to identify part of a sentence and then the highest grade that you get is recorded. I encourage you to take these grammar quizzes more than once, just because it gives you more practice. I'm not expecting you to identify specific like parts of sentences or anything like that when grammar, but it is kind of useful to know that terminology. So I'm just going to keep that in mind. The more we go through in the class, the more I'm expecting that part of grammar to be something that you don't have a major issue with in your essays. So if you have any questions, send me an email. Otherwise, have a great day.